Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alkriki and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, government takes over to solve the Langi Langi housing chaos. Rajendra Chaudhry cops prison term as bench warrant issued. And massive fines for Kawakawa and Donu rule breakers.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Government has stepped in to take over the Langi Langi housing project at G2 Estate in Suva. And with this latest move, the investigation into the Langi Langi housing scandal will continue despite the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission handing over its inquiry report to the Housing Ministry. The debacle over the project will also not spare the Director of People's Community Network and other board directors, who are still undergoing caution interview, and charges are expected to be laid soon. Catherine Krishna has the story.
The much talked about project aimed at helping those in need ended up being in shambles. Now the government, which pumped in a massive $12.7 million, has stepped in.
I think the bigger question now is what will be done to the people who actually were living in G2 Estate, who were promised a house. What will happen to them now? So I would like to say that from now onwards, the government is going to will take over the project. We will take over the project and we will develop that area.
The project was aimed at providing affordable housing to the residents of the area, but failed.
This particular project was the one that we thought if we partner with NGO, things will be done better, failed. There has been several abuses in relation to the work they were supposed to do. And in terms of our findings, we have found that there is a governance issue. Financial mismanagement is another area that needs to be looked at.
The FCCC was tasked to undertake a thorough inquiry regarding the dealings of the housing units at Langi Langi settlement after several complaints were made by would-be tenants.
Our investigation team currently is undertaking caution interviews as well as collecting evidences, reviewing them and passing it on to our legal team for further action.
The FCCC received 370 complaints, which is the highest received by the Commission pertaining to a particular issue. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Catherine Krishna joins us live now. Catherine, what else was revealed by the Minister from the inquiry report?
Well, Jackie, the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has revealed that after the full investigation, those residents who do not qualify to live in these units will be given eviction notices. Now, the Commission has also revealed that they're working with the Police Fraud Unit and the Financial Intelligence Unit as their investigations are continuing. The Commission Chief Executive Joel Abraham has also ensured the residents of G2 Estate who actually qualify for these units that they will get justice in due time. And now, during the press conference earlier this morning, it was also revealed that the relevant authorities will be filing charges against the director and the board members after the investigation if they see any breach of the law. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that update, Catherine. Lawyer Rajendra Chaudhry, who resides in Auckland, New Zealand, has been sentenced to 15 months imprisonment. Chaudhry was found guilty of making comments against the Fijian judiciary on social media. A bench warrant has also been issued against him, with him also being ordered to fork out $53,000 as fine and cost. Pranita Prakash was in court and filed this report.
Lawyer Rajendra Chaudhry was found guilty of contempt of court in April. The court heard that between September 3rd and 18th last year, Chaudhry had posted a range of scandalous, defamatory and derogatory comments against the judiciary and its members on his Facebook page. The acting Chief Justice said that the comments made by Chaudhry were serious and done deliberately. He also said that his comments against the judiciary was unwarranted and scandalous. The acting Chief Justice said he showed no remorse for his action. He also said that technology is developing rapidly and people should avoid posting unwarranted contents. Chaudhry has been slapped with a $50,000 fine to be paid within 28 days. He has also been ordered to pay $3,000 as cost to the applicant. Meanwhile, Chaudhry maintains his stance against Fiji's judiciary, claiming it is biased.
I am free to make comment in a foreign country in accordance with the laws of that country.
His sentence comes in effect the day he will be arrested. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
SEDELPA's General Secretary Andiliti Baravi is expected to resign from her post next month. In a statement on SEDELPA's Facebook page, it states she will concentrate on MP duties. Andiliti says even though her contract expires in February next year, she will be ending her term as a registered officer of the party after 3.5 years. Her resignation from the GS post is expected to come into effect after SEDELPA's annual general meeting. The party will hold its AGM in Savu-Savu on the 28th of next month. The government and the UN Habitat have successfully secured funding from the Adaptation Fund to conduct various projects. Speaking at the first UN Habitat Assembly Heads of Government plenary session in Kenya, Prime Minister Bainimarama says they will implement a series of resilient projects using this fund. Anna Ravolo reports.
The resilient projects will be used for 15 Fijian urban informal settlements most vulnerable to climate change.
From housing to infrastructure to the natural environment to livelihoods, this project will involve women, young people, Fijians living with disabilities, and the elderly to build community-wide resilience to climate impacts.
Ringing alarms in Nairobi, the Prime Minister says the struggle to secure food and water could potentially drive nations to war.
Vast numbers of climate-displaced peoples would require refuge, adding immense complexity and urgency to the issues highlighted at this assembly. And as I speak to you now, that is the future we are headed for, based on our collective commitment under the Paris Agreement. A nightmare scenario, Julia, of 3 degrees of warming.
Bainimarama says by the time leaders gather at the UN Secretary General Summit in September, majority of the world's countries must come with realistic and concrete plans for 3 things, including the next robust and progressive nationally determined contributions, halving emissions by 2030 and reaching zero emissions by 2050. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Spot fines of up to $20,000 will be imposed on fishermen, fish sellers and exporters who will not comply with the seasonal ban of kawakawa and donu. Fines are being implemented this year as the Fisheries Ministry gave time to individuals to adapt to the new fishing rules. Sanya Nimboila reports.
Individuals caught fishing, selling or consuming kawakawa and donu from Saturday will be fined $10,000 on the spot, while business will be fined $20,000.
We believe that we have carried out the public consultation. The awareness now exists within our people. We will now do the legal aspect of it, which means that there will be confiscations, but also the fines will be given out to everyone.
Fisheries Ministry Permanent Secretary Greg Strong says they have increased their manpower to monitor the ban.
We will have very active monitoring over the coming months, and not only for the seasonal ban but going forward. As the Minister said, we are looking at all points in the value chain of this fish, because it's at the transactional level where the offending occurs during a seasonal ban.
The seasonal ban has been implemented following a research done by the ministry which indicates that the population of the A-grade fish is declining rapidly. The ban on catching, selling and eating of kawakawa and donu fish will be effective from this Saturday. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Still to come, sports tourism important for Fijian economy. And Indian Prime Minister thanks Bainimarama. Details after the break.
ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Hoya uvasit sai sa Lambasa, yang do talita na warong ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere number 1.
Na vengo fane na tao.
The Vaturova Fijian Government Services Expo ended yesterday with over 4,000 people turning up to witness the two-day event. Commissioner Northern Chovesa Bother has confidently hailed the event a success, judging from the public turnout and feedback. Eleanor Tarangaiviu has more.
Over 60 public and private agencies, 450 government officials, and between 4,000 and 500 people in just 2 days. The 2019 Fijian Government Services Expo at Vaturova ended on a high note yesterday.
They are very delighted to have this kind of program organized like the one that we had here in Munsam, in the sense that it was like a one-stop shop.
Assistant Minister for Rural and Maritime Development Charlie Singarara closed the event yesterday. The expo is a bigger version of the roadshow that government holds annually.
Are we benefiting from these roadshows? Are we benefiting from government services? Have we set up businesses? Have we saved money? How much money have we saved? These are some questions we should ask to gauge how effective these roadshows and expos are.
Singarara also used the platform to appeal with the public to bear with government as it works to provide for all Fijians, no matter where they live.
Government works according to its plans. There is a 5-year plan and a 20-year plan. We can't do today what you ask us today. It will take time. Some will take 5 years, some 6 years, some even 10 years, because it's servicing the whole of Fiji. We plead for your patience.
The expo catered for over 50 villages across 5 districts in the province of the Kaunrobe, creating awareness on various government programs and initiatives, enhancing community capacity building, as well as creating partnerships. It's the first Fijian Government Services Expo to be held in the Northern Division, and it certainly won't be the last. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
Fiji is trying its level best to attract more international sporting events. Receiving the chiefs in Suva today, Tourism Minister Pramila Kumar highlighted that sports tourism is important for economic growth.
Sports tourism is a growing niche in the tourism industry, generating economic impact through direct spending into the community.
The events we've been holding for the last 3 years, we've seen the tourism number going up, particularly from New Zealand, and it's a clear indication that through such events we are promoting Fiji as a good tourism destination.
Tourism Minister Pramila Kumar says Fiji is also keen to host World Rugby Sevens tournaments.
We're also looking forward to hosting the IRB Sevens sometimes in future, and I think events like this will actually direct us in that area as well.
The minister conveyed her well wishes to the Chiefs players for their game against the Crusaders on Saturday.
Fiji has hosted a number of international matches over the years. However, the Super Rugby matches have continued to capitalize on the country as a popular tourist destination. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has thanked Prime Minister Vurangam Bainimarama for his well wishes following his victory during the 2019 Indian general elections. Modi says India and Fiji traditionally share cordial relations based on mutual respect, goodwill and understanding. Modi says he looks forward to further strengthening the cooperation in all spheres for the benefit of the two countries. India and Fiji share important values that support the country's strong bilateral relationship. Amnesty International has profiled 5 human rights defenders from across the Pacific. Amnesty International's Pacific researcher Roshika Deo says this has been done to highlight some of the critical work done by these defenders. Deo says these profiles explore the work of 2 human rights defenders from Fiji, 2 from Papua New Guinea and 1 from Tonga. Through highlighting the stories of the 5 defenders, Amnesty International aims to support them and call for recognition of their roles.
So we have Damari Serau, who is a gender non-conforming advocate for the rights of women and the LGBTI community, and is a pro-independent supporter for the Papua and the West Papua provinces. The next profile from Fiji is Anaweta Vukaloto. She is an environmental activist working within the Namosi and Naitasiri provinces.
The British High Commission will this evening celebrate the 93rd birthday of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. With final preparations being made, the evening's formalities include a run-through of the ceremony, which includes a fusion of local and Scottish bagpipes on display. British High Commissioner to Fiji, Melanie Hopkins, says the celebrations mark not only the rich history of Fiji and Britain, it also being held in conjunction with the 1st Battalion of the Royal Scots Guard.
And it will bring together so many things that are special about the UK-Fiji relationship. So it'll bring together our military links, including through the contribution made by so many Fijians in the British Army. It'll bring together our special royal links, highlighted most recently by the wonderful visit of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to Fiji last year. And it will also bring together our rugby links.
Later in sports with Jamie, Fijian players ready to clash at Super Rugby match in Suva, but first, Rachel joins us for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. BSP expands business in Lautoka. And in Goring, Fiji, Gurbachan Singh swimming pool opens after renovations. Stay with us.
For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger.
Leading business tonight, the Bank of South Pacific continues to expand its services. BSP Finance today opened its 3rd store above the bank's Westville branch in Lautoka. Felipe Nacaso has more.
BSP Finance aims to improve its customer service and grow its business with this new branch.
We have had offices in Suva and Nandi, and we realized that 40% of the BSP Finance business comes from our customer base here in Lautoka. So it made commercial sense to open a branch here in Lautoka.
Around $400,000 has been spent on this new Lautoka branch.
This may be a permanent location because it's a very unique setup where we have BSP Life as a neighbor as well, and then at the bottom we have the bank. So you have a one-stop shop.
Plans are also in place to open branches in other parts of the country.
Given the growth that the business is experiencing, I'm quite sure we'll be looking at other centers, particularly the north. Have an office in Lambasa. We are not represented there at the moment.
This new branch has created 4 new employment opportunities, with more staff expected to join in the next few years. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Sinifa from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the Money World.
A quick look at the markets. The New Zealand government announced a downward revision of budget surplus forecast for 2019-2020 a few minutes before press time. The news, however, has failed to move the needle on the Kiwi. The US dollar held steady against the key rivals today as escalating Sino-US trade tensions forced investors to take shelter in safe haven assets, including government bonds. As the standoff between the world's 2 biggest economies showed no signs of being resolved, fears of a hit to global growth has rippled through financial markets in recent sessions, with riskier assets in particular bearing the brunt of those concerns. The US dollar was also underpinned by weakness in the euro on fresh signs of political tensions between Italy and the European Union. Investor focus is now on US data for an indication about the state of the world's top economy, with market participants awaiting the second estimate of first quarter GDP growth figures and US weekly jobless claims. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to today's exchange rates as it was set this morning. A mixed day on the volatile foreign exchange market for the Fiji dollar. Declines were recorded against the Chinese yuan and the American greenback, as well as the Aussie and the PNG Kina. But the Sangamoli gained against the Kiwi dollar as well as the euro and also rose against the Japanese yen. Onto the commodities market, the price of oil increased, closing at $59 a barrel. Gold was down at $1,278 an ounce and silver was up at $14.36 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, good news for the Lambasa public as the Gurbachan swimming pool has reopened. The pool was closed in February to allow for renovation. Pool manager Vikash Prasad says the renovation was necessary as there were a lot of damage to the pool. A major challenge was that there was no pump, which led to constant blockages. He says they do not expect any more complications for the public now.
All the cracks were repaired, and then we have done all the general paintings, including fitting of the new fixtures like the gratings, etc. And we have also got a brand new pump fitted here as well. So that includes all the renovations. So it took us about approximately 3 months, and it has taken cost us about $100,000.
And that's a wrap on the business desk for tonight. Jamie's up next with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. In sports tonight, Baber rejects claims by Mike Friday, and rumors of Curran obtaining Australian scholarship shut down. Details after the break.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Sonamir Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
This weekend's Paris Sevens is building up to be one of the most exciting finishes to the World Series in recent time. With the Fiji Airways Sevens and USA neck and neck for the series title, there'll be no love lost in the City of Love this weekend. Corey Tandulala reports.
It will all be mind games and physical battle for both Fiji and USA as they start their Paris Sevens campaign with the ultimate title at the end of the pit stop.
We play to our strengths. So, there's three teams there that are all capable of putting performances in. We've beaten them all recently, so the game plans that we had going into those games, will be pretty similar. It's up to people to chase us, and we're very confident in the way that we play the game when we get that right. So we've got to concentrate, get those bits of our game right, and then dealing with whatever the opposition brings.
The Eagles are aiming not to give any slip up to its opponents this weekend as their rivalry against Fiji increases.
We know they're a fantastic team. They're going to give us a tough test, so we're just going to do everything we can to end on a high note and give ourselves the best possible chance of success. If we look back at that semi-final, it came down to a few moments where we turned the ball over, giving them opportunities. And if you turn over the ball against Fiji, they're going to make you pay, and they did in that game. So we're just going to try and improve upon those a few small technical errors, limit our turnovers, and if we do that, I think we believe in ourselves and we can have a good weekend.
It is a restless affair as the Paris Sevens kick off on Saturday, with both Fijian and American fans crossing their fingers for the series title. The Paris Sevens tournament starts on Saturday and finishes next Monday. Koroi Tandulala, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways Sevens coach Gareth Baber did not mince his words when he responded to Mike Friday's accusations towards Fiji. USA Sevens coach Mike Friday accuses Fiji of illegally crawling on hands and feet through rucks in their London Sevens semi-final loss. Baber, however, thinks otherwise.
It's American foreign politics, if you ask me. Simple as that. The Mike's entitled to his opinion. We've met as coaches, and we talk about that with the referee's assessor and the manager, and he's entitled to his opinion. But the fact was that we did that, and we won the game. So he'll continue. If he wants to continue doing that, then so be it.
We should expect fired up New Zealand and Australian outfits in Paris this weekend. While both teams did not achieve the desired results in London, they both feel it'll be a good weekend for them if they can remain consistent over the 2 days of competition. Aquila Dama with the details.
After finishing as runners-up in London last week, the Australian Sevens team is aiming to go one step further this weekend.
Last weekend was just kind of a bit of relief that we actually played the way that we set out at the start of the year to play. And we got a good result. We didn't win, so we didn't get the result we wanted, but and the right steps moving forward that should give the team and everyone confidence that what we have been doing throughout the year, pre-season and through the season, paid off.
Australia is not the only team that aims to have a better finish in Paris.
I think for us, it's just that consistency in performance. You know, we played two or three really good games on the first day, and then the second day we played a good half, and then we had no ball, no position in the second half and lost to a very good French team. So we just want that consistency of playing really well for 6 games.
New Zealand is one of the 4 teams that has qualified for the Olympic Games next year. But this weekend will be all about former captain Scott Curry.
You know, we're stoked to get that, you know, with I suppose 2 World Series tournaments to go, and this tournament's all about playing for Scott Curry. It's his 50th tournament, so we're really going to go out there and give it everything, try and give him a good result.
New Zealand will kick off its Paris Sevens campaign against Scotland on Saturday. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
Chiefs number 8 Peter Gasso-Akula is looking forward to playing against the fellow Fijians Sevu Rees and Manasa Mataele of the Crusaders in this weekend's Super Rugby clash at ANZ Stadium Suva. After missing out on the match against the Highlanders last year, Akula is eager to play his first match at home in Chiefs colours. Aquila Dama with this report.
Peter Gasso-Akula is ready to perform in front of the home crowd. The former national basketball rep says getting the ball in his hands is the aim, and the rest will follow.
I'm pretty excited to come back to Fiji and looking forward to this game. I need to get the ball in my hands more and then play more defense and see how it goes in the weekend. I know there's a few other boys that play for Crusaders. It's really going to be a tough one, but just see how the games goes on Saturday.
Meanwhile, a few players from the champion Crusaders side were at Holy Trinity Anglican Primary School today, including Israel Dag and Manasa Mataele. But coach Scott Robertson have other ideas about the Chiefs, especially Sam Cane.
Oh, look, you know, I think any team that's got Sam Cane in it, it's going to be tough. Brutal around the ball. He's got ability to turn it over and influence games. And the boys really follow him, so Sam Cane's exceptional. There's a lot of great players in that team that can rip you apart. You know, Chiefs have got a lot of flair, and when they're given a lot of space and a lot of room, they're very dangerous. So, look, we've got an experienced team with us, so we're looking forward just to soaking up the next few days and the energy and the lovely nature of the Fijian people.
They may be dancing and enjoying with their fans for now, but come game day, it will be down to business as usual. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
Yasnil Karan is not going to Australia. This has been confirmed by Karan's mother, Seleshni Lata, who says she's saddened by the fake post that is circulating on social media. Faria Begum with the details.
Yashnil Karan's family is concerned with a fake online post that was put up over the weekend.
Everybody was happy so that he could go there, but it is fake. Everybody was sad. They shouldn't have done like this to Yashnil Karan. Shouldn't have write these things.
Karan's mother says her son will be going into the trials for the Melanesian Championship in July. Karan has also refuted claims of getting an Australian scholarship.
At the moment I'm preparing well for that training. I'm training as usual.
Fiji will host the Melanesian Championship at Churchill Park in Lautoka next year. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
The Fiji men's and women's football teams are ready for the international friendlies in Vanuatu in 5 days. Both teams are already in camp with preparations on track. Niraj Maharaj reports.
The national football teams will be leaving on Sunday for the uphill battle ahead of them.
June, Wednesday 5th, we want to play the first match. Fiji will possibly play Singapore women's, and Fiji will play Tahiti, and then Saturday 8th is going to be a Fiji Vanuatu women's and men doubleheader.
The boys are camping at the Fiji FA Academy in Ba, while the women's team is in Vatuanga. Women's football coach Marika Rondo says the inclusion of Sophie in the LOI has lifted the morale in the team.
Overall, Sophie's got first-hand experience on how competitive environment works. So I think with that experience, she will bring back to the team.
Earlier this year, the Bula Boys defeated New Caledonia and Mauritius in an international friendly. Neeraj Maharaj, FBC Sports.
60 gold medals will be up for grabs at weightlifting's Junior World Championship in Suva. Meanwhile, Weightlifting Fiji President Atma Maharaj assures the stage is set to host the great world-class event. Faria Begum reports.
3 separate competitions will be held during the World Junior Weightlifting Championship.
Medals will be presented in 3 different categories. One is the snatch, then clean and jerk, and total. So it is for every weight category. There will be 3 gold, 3 silver, and 3 bronze medal that will be presented.
Atma Maharaj says the venue for this year's competition is being transformed.
We have been working very closely with the Fiji Sports Council, Fiji Sports Commission, to ensure that we are able to deliver the championships on a world-class stage.
Oceania National Olympic Committee President Dr. Robin Mitchell says people around the world will be able to watch this.
This is basically the whole world. Everybody that has the app can watch it. It's being streamed live on the International Weightlifting Federation website.
The World Weightlifting Championship will start on Saturday at the FMF Gymnasium in Suva. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
That's it from Sports Tonight. You can join Angie later on with weather and in new media. Huawei customers in Colombia fearing impact of U.S. ban. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबोलुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन
As Google restricts Huawei's access to its Android operating system, app users around the world are wondering what's next. Weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. We're finally on the buzz towards the weekend. Great timing with this wonderful sunny periods, so get your weekend plans all sorted. A look in the west, quite warm with sunshine fulfilling its duty. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, very muggy with cooler conditions expected by night. And up north, quite mild with showers also expected. At sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, low tide at 10:30 p.m. with high tide at 4:07 a.m. Sunrise at 6:30. For tomorrow, it's Friday, and Friday means winding down for the awesome weekend. Clearer conditions ahead. Tomorrow's temps, major centers will be around low 30s. And looking further on to Saturday, I'm so thrilled for this clear sunny spells, and so is the lovely Jackie. And it's back to you.
Well, everybody loves sunshine. Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked, should Fiji continue to host more Super Rugby matches after this year?
Sure, we can see more talent for a big team like that. And I love to watch All Blacks team.
Sure, we should continue hosting such games in Fiji.
Yes, I think it's a good initiative because you have local players who are trying to come up in rugby, and you have the All Blacks team. The members of the All Blacks team are in the Super Rugby teams. But if next year if they come again, can we try and bring the Hurricanes and Crusaders game?
Yeah, I think they should continue bringing in Super Rugby matches into Fiji because we have a lot of great supporters here that love watching Super Rugby.
It's good for our economy and also help the youth, especially young boys and women who are interested in rugby.
I think they really need to bring in more teams to play in Fiji. The reason being is 1, Fijians are rugby fans. 2, we always crowd up the stadium. And 3, we always have Fijians playing for Super Rugby.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, government takes over to solve Langi Langi housing chaos. Rajendra Chaudhary cops prison term as bench warrant issued. and massive fines for Kawakawa and Donu rule breakers. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. A poll question we're asking: should Gareth Baber maintain the core of the Sevens team for the Olympic Games? Visit our FBC website to answer. And before we go, our shot of the day sent by Viraj Singh when shells conduct their own meeting, taken in a Sese Suva. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, share with us via Facebook page FBC News, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, neva ngomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, yang do talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Gue do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere naman.
Na vengo fane na tao ngo singa toka, kita do talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.